Panic is engulfing Donald Trump and his regime on Sunday. Donald Trump frantically sending emails like this. 3 emails this morning alone to his supporters. Ben, I need you. Ben, morning coffee yet? Ben, did I spell your name correctly? Also, one of Donald Trump's chief propagandists, Howard Lutnick, his commerce secretary, the one who's been making all of those media appearances and lying about tariffs and lying about our economy. Well, he refused to show up on the morning shows this weekend after being on all the shows last week. I want you to watch that moment. Let's play this clip.
We had hoped to speak to Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick today, but the White House declined our request. We do hope to have him on in the near future to discuss tariffs. Our focus.
Yeah, Howard Lutnick, Donald Trump's Commerce Secretary, is in hiding. So who do they have on instead of Howard Lutnick? They put on Peter Navarro, fresh out of his jail sentence for contempt of Congress. And here he goes full Orwellian, literally up is down. And he says the message that the regime wants to send the American people is that tariffs are actually tax cuts. They are a gift. They are your tax cuts that Trump promised. Play this clip.
Well, you heard Lucas's reporting there where the president says he doesn't care if the prices go up on U.S. cars. So what's the message to the U.S. consumer?
The message is that tariffs are tax cuts, tariffs are jobs, tariffs are national security, tariffs are great for America, tariffs will make America great again.
Folks, tariffs are literally a tax on you, and the tariffs are crashing our economy. And Trump's flippant, narcissistic, I don't care, maybe tariffs today, maybe tariffs tomorrow, is creating such uncertainty in the business community that our economy, a Goldilocks beautiful economy that was handed to Donald Trump, has been smashed with a Trumpian MAGA sledgehammer. And what is Donald Trump doing on Sunday? By the way, while he is still vacationing in Mar-a-Lago and golfing, he's making posts like this. He's reposting from 6 days ago, this MAGA extremist Mike Davis saying, "Dear President Trump, please revoke Judge Boasberg's security clearance. He has demonstrated he cannot be trusted with keeping secrets." So Judge Boasberg, who is the chief judge in Washington, D.C., who ruled against Donald Trump and issued an injunction blocking Trump from kidnapping migrants and sending them to concentration camps in El Salvador without due process until at least mid-April. This is who Trump is attacking on Sunday and saying revoke a federal judge's security clearance. Boasberg was appointed by Chief Justice John Roberts to be the main judge of the FISA courts, Foreign Intelligence Services Act and Surveillance Act, 5 years ago. This is a judge who is an expert in foreign intelligence, counterterrorism, a judge who was first appointed by George W. Bush, and then appointed by former President Barack Obama. This is who Trump's attacking this morning. Also, you have Donald Trump making posts like this. People are shocked by what is going on with the court system. I was elected for many reasons, but a principal one was law and order, a big part of which is quickly removing a vast criminal network of individuals who came into our country through crooked Joe Biden. Wow. What we do know is that a lot of the migrants who Donald Trump sent to concentration camps in El Salvador were here lawfully. Lawful asylum seekers who are now in concentration camps in El Salvador, didn't commit any crimes at all, but because Trump said, I don't like your tattoo, they're going to die and rot in concentration camps, while Donald Trump continues to break law after law with his corrupt and despicable terroristic regime. Here, by the way, Donald Trump's face these days has been getting extra Cheeto orange. I mean, look at him. This is a real photo of him right here before he took his vacation at Mar-a-Lago. It is getting extra. Just the whole thing is weird that you have this individual who keeps threatening wars against Canada and Panama and Greenland, who vacations every other day, it seems, and plays golf and then does media appearances where he then tanks our economy, destroys our alliances, and then he flaunts playing golf and winning his own tournaments. It is weirder and more dangerous than Kim Jong-un, frankly, in my opinion. What a weird freaking mess this whole regime is here. This is what Donald Trump posted as well this weekend. I was honored. Oh, this is what Lindsey Graham posted. I was honored to play in and win the Trump International Spring Member Guest Tournament today with Donald Trump. Oh, good job, all of you. I'm glad you're all playing golf at membership-only clubs while the American people are seeing their 401ks, retirement, and life savings tank because of Trump's reckless and malicious economic policies to help his billionaire friends get tax cuts, while Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Doge engaged in a hostile takeover of our federal government, which has cruelly fired tens of thousands of people, treated veterans like absolute trash, and destroyed essential services, shut down Social Security Administration offices. And the best that these idiots can do is have people like Kevin Hassett, the chief economic advisor to Donald Trump, who's been wrong about literally everything in his whole idiotic life. He goes on Fox this morning and the business shows this morning because now we have Howard Lutnick in hiding. And Kevin Hassett admits on Fox News that I don't even know what's going to happen with the tariffs this week. I can't give you any forward-looking guidance on what's going to happen with the markets. This is Trump's chief economic advisor. Play this clip.
And so President Trump has a long-run vision of a golden age of America, and we're working really, really hard to get it out there in time. But I can't give you any forward-looking guidance on what's going to happen this week. The president has got a heck of a lot of analysis before him, and he's going to make the right choice, I'm sure.
Seriously? By the way, this was the guy right before the dot-com crash. He said, buy, buy, buy. It's about to be a boom. The market's going to hit 40,000. This is what he said back right before the dot-com crash 25 years ago. The guy's a historic idiot, and this is who Donald Trump surrounds himself with. People who are, what can I do for you, Donald? What can I do? It's like a Kim Jong-un, as I say, even worse than like a Kim Jong-un you know what. Anyway, over here we have Peter Navarro again making his, I had other words for that, but I'll just leave it at that. You get the point. Peter Navarro right here says, look, you just have to trust in Trump. At the end of the day, yeah, the numbers are crashing. Yes, the economy's tanking. Yes, many people believe we're about to hit stagflation, but trust in Trump. Just trust in him. Please play this clip.
For them, but our recent polling shows that people believe that tariffs on imports are going to make their products more expensive. 69% believe that, and they think that it's actually going to hurt the U.S. economy and hurt U.S. jobs. That's according to our polling. So what do you say to people who say, listen, we hired the president to make the economy better, to make things cheaper? They believe, the economists, the analysis that show these prices are going to show up somewhere. And President Trump himself has said there's going to be some disruption in the short term because of these tariffs.
Trust in Trump. We have the example from the first term. We know that we imposed historically high tariffs on China. We imposed aluminum and steel tariffs. We imposed on washing machines, on solar. And all we got out of that, Shannon, all we got out of that was prosperity and price stability. And the reason why we're not going to see inflation is because the foreigners are going to eat most of it. They have to. We're the biggest market in the world, Shannon. And they have to be here. They have to be here. And so they're going to cut their prices to absorb that. But the bigger picture here is restoring the American manufacturing base. We don't have.
And just so you see how Donald Trump has turned any Republican into MAGA mush brain, here you got this guy, Representative Jody Arrington, who was considered at one point in time, I guess how can any of these MAGAs at any point in time, in retrospect, be viewed as somewhat normal? But anyway, but this MAGA Republican Representative Arrington, he's asked, hey, you know, Peter Navarro said this morning that tariffs are tax cuts, which they are not. Are they? And Rep. Arrington, MAGA Republican, goes, well, you know, I think this is kind of like it's like a remodel right now. This is like a kitchen remodel, if you will. Things are going to get better, though. Just we're in for a mess, but this is what we wanted. Here, play this clip.
Mr. Chairman, one of the top tariff advisors to the president, Peter Navarro, said this morning that tariffs are tax cuts. Are they?
Well, in the long run, I think having an unfair trade dynamic at the current point is suppressing growth. It's suppressing wages and suppressing job creation. So it has an adverse impact on our economy. There's no way, Major, to reset the trade dynamic that we've allowed to persist in an unfair way for so long without some disruption. The president's been very transparent about it. And he deployed the same tactics now back in his first administration successfully.
Other news while this is all going down, China, South Korea, and Japan are now agreeing to strengthen their free trade alliances in the face of a raft of the tariffs imposed by Donald Trump. So Donald Trump making other alliances form, China, South Korea, and Japan forming stronger alliances, which would never be thought possible. The S word is rippling through Wall Street. That word is stagflation, a crashing GDP, surging inflation, and the American economy heading into a great recession or even potentially a depression under Donald Trump. But what's Donald Trump talking about while golfing? He's calling into NBC Kristen Welker. And he's saying that he's not ruling out seeking a third term. He says he's not joking. I'm not joking. I want a third term. You have the House Foreign. By the way, I mean, we always know he wanted to be a dictator on day one. And trust me, he's going to try to seize power. It's why we, the people, need to stand up. It's why we've dedicated our lives here at the MeidasTouch Network to exposing these tyrants, these despots, and letting the people know what's going on. We also reported how Donald Trump in that same interview with NBC talked about conquering Greenland. He says, I really mean it. I want it. We're taking it one way or another. And then Donald Trump said he doesn't know what Signal is at all, and he's never heard of Signal before. Oh, he couldn't care less about prices going up. He said, whatever, I don't care. By the way, those are typical traits of a narcissist. When they're cornered like rats, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. It fits the pathology perfectly, and it shows how he's losing control. It's part of a narcissistic spiral. When you go and speak to psychologists, they'll explain that as well as I've been studying his pathology and speaking with some of the best psychologists, psychiatrists, mental health professionals in that space. Now, as Mehdi Hassan says, the same week that we are told that up to 1 million kids can now die because of Donald Trump gutting the U.S. aid budget, this is the official Twitter account. This is real. Of the GOP-led House Foreign Affairs Committee celebrating the death killing of USAID. Hard to be more sociopathic than this. And they go MAGA 1, Lib 0, and it's people dancing while holding a casket and mocking the death of 1 million people. This Trump regime is sick, sinister, disgusting, evil people. Keep it simple. That is who they are. This shouldn't be about politics. These are despicable human beings, and we, the people, need to stand up to this behavior. That's what we'll keep doing every day here on the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers. Thank you for watching.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.